Welcome to the channel. It's Rad, and we are having a new season on our hands. It's the Scorpio season. My birthday is coming about. It's in 3 weeks. I'm turning 40, and so hopefully this is going to be a good time. Hopefully the next season, the next month, will be nice to us. So we are entering into a Scorpio season at the 22nd, almost at midnight. So 22nd of October, 10 minutes to midnight. The sun is going to enter in Scorpio. And he's going to stay there up until he's going to stay there all the way up until the 21st of November at 8:35 p.m. He's going to transition into Sagittarius. So we do have 1 month on our hands to enjoy the Scorpio energy. Hello, Anna. Hello, Yasmin. Welcome to the stream, girls. Anna, long time no see. Hopefully things are going well with you. Right, so the first thing that I am usually doing, just give me a minute though to close the window, because I don't want the whole neighborhood to hear me out here, because it's 3 a.m. in the morning. Just give me a minute. I am happy too, Anna. All right. So the first thing that I am going to do, and that I'm always doing, that's going to be the collective reading. For the occasion, I am using my gold foil tarot. I thought it's going to be appropriate for a sun season interpretation. So the first, again, thing, that will be the collective reading, just to see what kind of a season we're going to have ahead. Okay, done with the shuffling. And the first card of the season is going to be Two of Pentacles. Second card, we have King of Swords. And the third one, that will be Eight of Wands. It is a season of reassessment, long story short. So throughout the season, we all are going to pay attention to our methods, the way we exert ourselves, I would say, and scale up, what of those exertion, what of those methods it's working and which one it isn't. And how we can replace it, because this is going to be all about replacing the one that doesn't work, or the thing that doesn't work, with a thing that does work. And under thing, you can consider literally everything. It may be a project that just isn't working and can be replaced with one that works. It could be a hobby. It could be a side of a character. You may have one side of your character that just simply isn't working for your dates, for example, and you may strive to replace it as well. Code of conduct, concepts, you name it. But it will be a season where we just going to have the opportunity to replace what doesn't work for us with what does, and what is going to. And why this is necessary, it is because in life, situation just changes. Situations do change. People doesn't stay the same. The positions doesn't stay the same. Life moves on, and we have to move on with it as well. And there are some concepts that we are holding on to that happens to be very ossified. They happens to be very outdated, I would say. And they just have to be attuned to the new reality. And we need to keep up with them up to date so we can basically progress forward. And just a very quick example of it is, imagine that you had a boss beforehand, and the work was carrying on in a certain way, but now the boss is different. Okay, your new boss requires a or has a new criteria, and you need to replace the old ones with the new ones if you want to carry on forward. That is just a figuratively speaking here, but that uh, example could apply for any kind of situation into our lives. And at least at first, we're gonna have a bit of a hard time, all of us, to incorporate these new methods, these new concepts, maybe new people as well, or in generally to get used to change in plan, change in strategy, change in concept, if you will. Well, at least at first, we are gonna struggle finding options. You want to change your exertion, but that new exertion of yours doesn't produce as much options as the old one, and that is because it needs you will need we all are going to need some time to get the hang of it, and if you will become masters of it, and just through that mastering, now the options are going to start raining down. So at first, what we can expect is some plans that we are making right now, maybe for holidays, maybe for the New Year's Eve, maybe just in general for the month of November, are to undergo certain reconstructions, certain changes here and there. For a reason being is that certain parts, I'm sorry, of those plans will prove themselves to be ineffective, inefficient, and we'll have to replace them with something with some aspects that are more attuned to the situation as it is going forward. So that is the collective reading. Now there are going to be 12 readings just like this one. And well, probably most of you are here to listen to your sun sign, which is going to show you the type of events and people that this new season is going to introduce you to. Listening to your moon sign is also very important because it will gonna show you how those things, how those people and events are gonna make you feel. And why it's important? Well, because for example, you may kind of like understand or learn that you can have a new job throughout that season, and by itself that's a good thing, but your moon sign may show you that you're going to have a hateful feelings, meaning a new job that you're going to grow to hate. It could show you that you are going to undergo through separation, your sun sign, but the moon sign may show you that you are going to have a very pleasant feelings, therefore it's a separation you would strive for. So while the sun sign is going to show you the event, you wouldn't be able to understand what that event is going to do for you. The moon sign is going to show you that. That's why it's important to listen to it. And if you know your exact hour of birth, then you can listen to your rising sign as well. That reading is going to be a guidance reading for you. It's going to show you what's going to be the best way to handle stuff around. So listening to all three of your signs, major signs, is going to give you much personalized perspective on how the Scorpio season will affect you. Other than that, if you do want to have a personal reading with me, you can go to my website. Its link you can find in the description down below, and there at the very front page you can see a full list of my services and also their pricing. So based on your budget and also your needs, you can go for whichever one suits you best. And if you do wish to support the show financially, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal, just like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20. Chandra, thank you for the 20 as well. Thank you. And Shaughnessy, thank you for the 20 also. Thank you. Let me put you girls into the list, and at the end of the stream, you will have a personalized reading on the Scorpio season and how that season is going to affect you, what is going to happen to you throughout the season. So we have Yasmin, Chandra, one second, Chandra, and Denise, Shaughnessy. Oh my God. All right. You have a particular inquiry. So we're gonna check that. 3 concerts. It's a quite of an endeavor, and I really hope that you're gonna have a nice time. Right, so the first star sign that I'm going to read for, that's going to be Aries. Now you can keep up what star sign I'm reading for through the glyph being displayed right there. It's a glyph and illustration. And if you're watching this on a recording, you can just skim ahead until you see your star sign and listen to that interpretation. So the first one, that will be Aries. And let me shuffle. And then have a look what kind of season Aries is going to have. All right, first one, that will be Nine of Pentacles. Second one is going to be the Lovers. And third one for you, Aries, that will be Ten of Wands. Uh, this Scorpio season will present you with a quite of a precarious occasion for you to make a very big breakthrough, to say the least. So, just off the top of my head, throughout the season, which is from again 22nd of October up until the 21st of November. So throughout the season is, for example, very likely that you are going to end up with the person. And under end up, I mean being introduced with capital letters, the person, or the job, or the client, or maybe the project. So a massive thing is about to enter in your life, whether you are going to hold to it or not, that will be your choice, Aries. But that thing which enters in your life will be the stepping stone, the trampoline, the foundation, you name it, through which you can make a massive leap in development in your love life or into your career. Now that will be obviously very personalized depending on what you're going through right now. The issue though is going to be that at this point that it comes, either is going to be what you want or either is going to be what you have to. So, or what you need to. For example, you may need a job, then it's your love life where this massive breakthrough is taking place. You may need money. Well, then that massive breakthrough is coming into the opposite field. So it's always into the opposite field that you would wish or need at that point. Or I will put it that way. If you need something, it's going to be what you want. Or if you want something, then it's going to be what you need, right? And this is going to be quite of a tough experience for you. For a reason being is that, yeah, it's a good occasion, right? But at the end of the day, it isn't what you hoped for. So this is going to be one predisposition that you're going to have to decline the occasion, to say, okay, so you're the guy or you're the woman, but I don't need you right now. Right now, I do need a job, a freaking job, right? Or right now, I do need a freaking money. Why do I need you where I am to spend even more money into that date or into that relationship or into this traveling or whatever the case? Advisable for the cards or from the cards is for you to take it because the first impression is that you're going to have to keep up with a lot of criterias in order to carry on with this breakthrough, and that will not be true. What I mean is that the demand is going to be far less than your initial anticipation, so you're not going to have to spend that much money that you think. You're not going to have to give up too much of your time than you think, or you're not going to be that much dependent than you think, right? So it's important that you do just give it a go. If you don't like it, you can leave at any point. So it won't harm you if you at least make your research and just try it out. Right, next, that will be Taurus. Queen of Cups, Four of Pentacles, the Tower. Oops, sorry. The Tower here has a super minuscule influence, if even if you do allow it to take place. So don't freak out just because you do see that card. The main elemental dignity for you, Queen of Cups, Four of Pentacles, simply points to solidity. This is going to be the season where you will secure yourself a position, whether position in love or whether position at your job. That position which you are to secure, or maybe as well position in society. Bottom line is that this position that you are to secure will allow you to make a plans for the future, and I mean rather quite substantial, solid, and long-term plans for your future, primarily career-wise and love-wise, but also could be in the plans which are affecting your social circle. The Tower card there stays as a reminder that if you make your plans way too strict, things are not going to bring you satisfaction, and actually these plans needs to be more focused into you going through a transformation. For example, transforming your character or transforming your day-to-day routine into something which is going to be more creative, exciting, and surprising going forward into the future, because the Queen of Cups with the Four of Pentacles, they create a pretty predetermined and as well unsurprising and unassuming as well development. And if you do wish to have some excitement through it, then the plans that you're going to make has to be a bit more open than usual. Also, that is going to be a season where you can secure quite some friendships, okay, which friendships will help you also to maintain your grip, for a lack of better words. So overall for you, Taurus, a pretty good good season in which you will make something yours, and not just only that, but also exert some precautionary measures, which that thing which is yours not to be taken away by someone else. In case there is someone that wants it, you may make a relationship yours or a person yours, you may make a job yours, so on and so forth. Again, that will give you enough security and certainty so you can plan for the future. Next will be Gemini. Nine of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, the Hangman. That would be pretty awesome season. Nothing much within the season is gonna happen, because this is a season of preparation, for a lack of better words. That is no different than being granted trust by your boss, signing you for some classes or some qualification for you to obtain because your boss is counting on you undertaking a very important endeavor, very important enterprise within the job once you finish those classes, and you are finishing those classes within this season. So there is a bottom line is that there will be a person there for you within the season that will keep some options that are going to be meant only for you. You will be very happy about those options, learning about them and seeing what they can do for you is going to bring you a lot of sensual joy and a lot of satisfaction what the future holds for you. But you won't be able to perform on those options, not just yet, because that person also is going to provide you with the means which you will need to master throughout the season. That's why the first thing that I thought of looking at those cards is classes, some kind of a qualification, some kind of a mastering of a skill, right? Or maybe a paperwork that needs to be prepared and given to you, like credentials that needs time to be created, and until then you just have to sit tight, and that will be your job on the matter. You just sit tight, don't harp about it, don't push for it, just do what it is expected from you to do, and then those options are going to be yours to enjoy and to perform into. Simple as that. So bottom line for you, Gemini, is that this season is going to bring you a bright promise that will manifest. It will take place. You just need to have a bit of time, or you need to have a bit of patience. So you have the time, you just need to have a bit of patience. Hello, MT. Welcome to the stream. Right, next one, that will be Cancer. Yeah, me too. I'm having a birthday in 3 weeks. Like I said at the start of the stream, turning 40. Yeah, MT, long time no see. That's what I said as well. When I saw her here. Page of Cups for Cancer. Next one will be the Three of Cups. And the third one, that will be Ten of Pentacles. I am 10 days after. Mine is November 13th. Oh my, there are two ways how these cards can manifest for you, and in both of those, there are other people involved. So in one, it's simply people that you are currently associating with are going to do anything they can to make your life easier by creating as best as they can comfort for you. Why? Well, because they would want you to see them in the best light possible. And the reason is because they completely agree with your agenda. So you're gonna have a followers this season. You're gonna build up a fellowship that will help you to make a positive change in your life. Now, what I think though that is going to be the more prominent manifestation of those cards is that some old friends are going to reach out to you. And these are going to be very specific old friends. These are old friends that you do have a very significant differences about life in general. And that was a reason why you have parted ways. And these old friends coming back into your life, can I put it to words? They have saw their wrongdoing, or I would say, through their experiences, they understood that their opinion was wrong and yours was right. And now they're coming back into your life to right the wrong. And again, the result is going to be that they will provoke a very, very positive change in your life if you do let them do so. And that will not going to be possible if you don't change your opinion towards them as well. MT, thank you for the 20. Thank you, MT. Let me put you into the list. Hey, Yadabi, welcome to the stream. Okay, next one. That'll be Leo. The Hangman. The Hermit. Queen of Swords. Hmm. Uh, this season, you will be resting this season. And under resting, I mean that there won't be any tense, stressful, or a urgent matters for you to attend to throughout the season. But what is going to be the important process is that you are going to be waiting. I don't know how to put it to words. There is a very important, or I would say very essential enterprise that is about to take place, but not throughout the season. Probably at the start of the season of Sagittarius, it is when it's going to take place. And this enterprise will be very important for your future, and you're going to be fully aware that that enterprise is taking place after a month or two. And throughout the season, you wouldn't want to, I would say it that way, waste any resources or divide your attention into something else and enter into the enterprise unprepared. And that's why throughout the season, it will be mostly resting and mostly dealing with mundane stuff and mundane, how can I put it into words, enterprises. The reason why this important or substantial enterprise is going to be delayed, it is because now just is not the time to happen. The circumstances aren't quite right. Though there is going to be a person who will try to convince you that they can make it work for you or they can speed up the process, and you shouldn't believe that. Even if they can, the results are not going to be as good as they would be if that enterprise happens naturally. So you can take that this season for you, Leo, is a season of a couple of things that happen simultaneously. It's a test of faith. It's a season where it's testing your faith, how confident you are in yourself and how confident you are in your personal agenda. And the second thing is a breakthrough, because you're going to have a confirmation through circumstances that this agenda is happening. I don't know, he wasn't around last time as well, at Thursday, but yet again he said that he's going into the mountains for a week or two, something like that. So maybe he's mountaineering right now, he's on a hike. All right, next, that will be Virgo. Anna, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Anna. Let me put you into the list as well. And at the end of the stream, I'm going to see how the season is going to affect you. The moon, 3 of Pentacles, the sun. Uh, Virgo, this season you will receive a very big support about the stuff you're developing right now. For example, big support at work, big support in your home. And the thing is that this support that you will receive is going to come very awkwardly. I would say that how can I put it to words? That you will find no reason why these people are supporting you. Like, for example, you had a massive fight with your spouse, and on the next days on the next day I'm sorry, your spouse is supporting you in some kind of a personal enterprise of yours, and it's like, weren't you mad at me last night? I mean, people that are mad at someone else, they don't do that, they don't support them. The support happens because it's in mutual interest. Okay, they are interested into you being successful, either because of your children, either because of finances. It's just they do have their own reasons that you are going to be unaware of that support. These reasons, what you need to know, are benign, so they are not going to take away from you. This support is going to manifest through a couple of ways, either a very productive cooperations or a very, very fruitful discussions. Through the discussions, there will be a criticism towards you, like stuff that you aren't doing right are going to be pretty much pointed to you. So it's very important that you aren't touchy and that you aren't hubris. But take that criticism instead as a constructive one, learn from it, and apply what you have learned. For the cooperations, there is much to be said. Just these people are gonna lend you a helping hand, and it will feel awkward, right? It will feel awkward because you aren't used to have a support in those fields. So it's going to be something that you will need to learn how to handle. Hey, News Devon, welcome to the stream. Okay, next, that will be Libra. News Devon, thank you for the £5. You are already into the list because I haven't deleted it from last time, so I just need to change the inquiry. Hold on a second. Well, we missed you too, Anna. How are things going with you? You still have that hairdress saloon? Or you have moved to something else? The Magician, the Empress, the Hierophant. I don't know what it's gonna be, but you will try something different this season. And like I said, I don't know what this is going to be. You may try different type of character of a person to date with. For example, you may try some kind of a different job that you have never tried before. You may try some kind of a destination or a place to go to that you haven't thought of up until this point. It's just you will surprise yourself throughout the season. You may try a different workout that you never put a hope in beforehand, and it will work like there is no freaking tomorrow. I will blast your mind how well is going to work for you. Through that new thing that you're going to try, you're going to build personal sovereignty. You will be able to make a very good deal of yourself depending on what is the nature of that new thing, that new enterprise of yours. And if there are other people involved, these people are going to like and learn to love you exactly for who you are. The issue is that there will be no rest for the wicked. I mean, you will barely gonna have time to catch up your breath. It's just the things are gonna keep on coming, and you're always going to be in the eye of the storm, I would say, or in the middle of the sweeper. And it's going to be a constant dynamic in which you're going to have to perform, and your performance is going to be flawless, at least for the season itself. Well, yeah, sometimes that is the right thing to do, Anna. All right, next, Scorpio. Eight of Swords, King of Cups. I don't like those. Ace of, that's a good one. Ace of Wands. So I will share something with you guys. A couple of months ago, you probably noticed that I have started the weekly videos again, but in 3 weeks I haven't posted, and the reason for it is because I am writing a book, okay, about tarot. I'm pretty far ahead in it, okay, and there is a big issue with the cards, and there are a few options for the cards now, which probably are going to be resolved in the month of November, in the season of Scorpio. And I don't like those cards because they speak that there is going to be an offer that we Scorpio are going to receive. An offer which will be a good one, but very, very restrictive one. And I got excited about the Ace of Wands because from another hand, the Ace of Wands shows an opportunity which is going to be very gainful, for a lack of better words here. And it's going to be gainful because it will allow us to uh, fill up the deficits, for a lack of better words, to fill up the gaps in what we are lacking into. That opportunity will allow us to basically compensate for it, but also is going to be quite restrictive as well, in a sense of that is going to put a limit on our, well, let's say not a limit, but more like a restriction on our creativity. But it's going to be a good restriction, meaning it's not going to allow us to sway in a way that we are not well prepared for, and that we can pretty much, lose um, or fail. Well, I would disappoint you here, girls, because the book is written in Bulgarian, or I am writing it in Bulgarian. Uh, I will probably translate it into English, but the effort is gonna be massive, okay? Because it's gonna be a long one. I would show you a demo, but I just don't want to jinx it. But I'm getting there. Okay, I'm getting there. I wouldn't have any choice. I have started in a way that I have to finish it. That's true. But it was under a different disposition. Next, Sagittarius. I have a different idea for English. I have a different idea, and after I'm done with the star signs, I'm gonna show you my idea. Okay, I have started as well, but I just don't have time, and it is very, very creative to write the cards in poems. I have 3 or 4 done. It's 4 done. I have the Fool done. I have the Magician done. I have the Death done, and I have the Devil done. And I think that they are somewhere here. Hold on a second. There has to be here. If not, they're gonna be on my other computer. Oh, there it is. So, Major Arcana handbook. Holy shit. Yeah. Give me a second. So there it is. The devil in a poem. I don't know if it's gonna sound well if I quote it here, uh, but it reads like this: What defines thy soul if not a flame sparkless, burning, blazing, fighting back the darkness? The flame needs a fuel to withstand the attrition. The fuel is nothing but thy pure ambition. In order to keep the flame burning, thou must throw in it all that thee is yearning. Through the flame power thou is to acquire, to accomplish everything that thee desire. By be warned in this power administration, thou should not revel in its intoxication. In hope thee understands, if the flame is not to be maintained, in thy soul gloom will spread, and only dark will remain. And I love it. And I freaking love it. So, long story short, this describes the devil card in a poem, and it allows you to grasp an understanding of it, the way you feel how this poem unfolds. Okay, if you bear with me until the end, I will read you the death one, because I think it's the best one. All right, for Sagittarius, the Wheel of Fortune. It is. They all are going to be like that. The Hierophant. And then is the Knight of Swords. Well, that depends. Like, it is if you can put breaks. Because if you don't fulfill the devil, then like in the poem says, the flame will fade and at the end only dark will remain. If you do not fulfill the demand of the devil card, its life becomes empty. You feel no joy from anything. But it's important not to intoxicate into the power of the devil, because then you're gonna have to pay the price then. All right, for Sagittarius, this season you will meet a guy or a woman, it could be one of the two, that will present you with a brilliant solution, a brilliant resolution to a concern of yours. And that resolution is not just only going to solve the concern or the conundrum that you are facing, but also is going to trigger a super positive change, once in a lifetime change in your life. And that person may not even realize that they're doing such a massive positivity for you. It could be someone that you just talk with, chit chat with, and they share a thought with you that, like, if you have watched the show MD House, when he's talking with Wilson and Wilson just says something to him, out of nowhere. It's completely unrelated to his case, and House suddenly, figures it out. So that is how it's gonna play out for you. And this figuring out, there is a pinch of difference than your current plan, or than your current practice. That is the key. So you were doing things almost right, but there was one thing missing and just couldn't figure out what is missing and why things aren't working out because of the missing piece. And that person is going to reward you, or rather gift you that missing piece through a thought they're going to share with you. Well, you can say that, Anna, but it may not be, well, it is obsession, yeah. Because the devil, for example, that's the thing about the devil card. It gives you the power to fulfill your yearnings. This isn't even just only your needs. It's about your yearnings. And if you revel in it, you become, reckless and start altering other people's fates. And that is like a boomerang. Eventually it comes to you and it alters your fate to a point where, you start to suffer. So it's important not to revel in it. I mean, you fulfill your yearnings, but don't go beyond that. And if you can't do it without altering other people's fates. Okay, next. That will be Capricorn. Six of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. 6 of Cups. Believe it or not, these are going to be two explaining cards. So this season, believe it or not, you will get either gifts, rewards, or recognition. And believe it or not, you are not going to want them because they are going to bring some attachment. They're going to put you in a state of acquiescence, for lack of better words. That is no different than a person you don't know or you don't wish to know brings you a bouquet of flowers and asks you out, and just you are kind of like, because of your good nature, you're feeling obliged to say yes. You don't really want to go out with that one, but seeing how kind of a jest or not jest, but act they have done, it's just your heart doesn't allow you to say no to them. So you acquiesce to going out on a date with that person because of a gift you don't really want, or your boss rewards you with a new position that you don't really want because this new position is going to make things or your life at work much harder and the money you don't really need. Okay, it's not worth the money you're going to get, the extra money you're going to get for that position, but nonetheless you are receiving this reward, gift, or a recognition that will serve as a milestone for you, Capricorn. But you just have to kind of like overcome the initial overwhelming status of this new um, not responsibility but obligations. These new obligations that good fortune, that peak of experience is gonna bring to you, or yeah, it's going to bestow you with. Well, I don't know about live stream, MT. Maybe when I'm done with the Bulgarian course, I may launch one for in English, and that's gonna be a good idea because this is how I'm writing the book. Okay, the course is entirely led by the book. I'm using the book as a visual to explain the cards, and that way every participant has the book as well because they can read it from the lectures. So I literally lock myself, and while the course is running, I am writing the book for the next lecture to serve, as a material for the next lecture. So I don't have the option not to write it anymore because people already paid, and I have to bring the course to its end, meaning that I have to bring the book to its end. Right, so Aquarius. Yeah, for now everything is running smoothly. The only issue that I am seeing is the cards, because I really, really want that book to have a dedicated cards for it. Nine of Pentacles for Aquarius. Three of Pentacles. That's promising. I am rising Aquarius. Seven of Pentacles. That is really, really promising because it says that in cooperation, in cooperative actions, which is what the season is gonna bring, these cooperations are going to be with the right person or with the right entity, the right business partner, the right client. the right acquaintance, for example, or the right lover, if you will. And it's going to be the right one because there is going to be a flow or balance, I would say, in between the giving and taking. And as much as we are giving in, the just as much as we are going to take out from this partnership and from this cooperation, which again will make us so be ready and be fully equipped to make a huge leap in development into the field. And the whole partnership, the whole process, the whole procedure will be super enjoyable for all of us, for us, for our partner, for the entity that we are working with. So Aquarius is, you are going to do very well for yourself, just not by yourself. And last but not least, that will be Pisces. Ace of Cups, Five of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune. Jasmine, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Jasmine. Let me put you into the list. In this season, you are going to have a big problem, Pisces. And that is going to be because um, you're going to be caught in between the hammer and the anvil, and the anvil, right? So what happens here is something of a sort of, say you have applied for a job, but you never heard from them. They haven't called you for an interview or anything like that. And it was a job that you would really love to be a part of and to work. So you have applied for another job, mediocre one, but it will do, you know, it will pay bills. And they're calling you on an interview. In fact, they have already offered you a place and a salary, and you are about to start, and you are given a call from the first one you have applied from, and they are calling you for an interview. What would you do, right? I mean, you are going to decline them, or you're going to quit before you have started from the certain one. And I'm sorry, you're going to quit before you have started from the certain one and go to that interview that you have had to be called for, say, a month ago, or you're going to bet on the certainty. The cards are giving you guidance here. And what should guide you is the renewed hope. That is how I'm gonna say it, because I don't want to make choices for you. But the renewed hope should be the one you should go for. Because an aspect that you have left in you into your past because it didn't work back then is about to work now, and is going to restore your hope into it. Right, so that was for Pisces, and like I promised you, I am gonna read you the Death Card poem before I move to the super chat. Of course, if I do have it here. Yeah, it is here. So there it is. Every job, every step, every love that's sour, I see, I catch, I embrace, I devour. Um, Development of things could be shrouded in curtain, but at the end only I am certain. I am here not to cause destruction, but thee is facing unwilling obstruction. Thus a sour experience must I end, so thy life can begin to mend. Thus I am cause oh, I have to touch it here on a later stage. Thus I am a cause, um, though which thy life will rearrange. I promise thee thou is to welcome that change. For what is change if not a life begins while another is ending? And what is life if not a death pending? So that kind of like wraps in explains the death card in a nutshell. But enough rambling, the super chat. Especially the end. The end is something that I'm kind of proud of. What is change if not one life begins while another is ending? And at the end of the day, what is life if not a death pending, right? All right. First, that will be Yasmin. At the goal, Jasmine. All right, girls. Uh, the Fool card, which is the first one I wrote. It goes like this. Behold, stranger, for journey is my name. I know no bounds, nor I am held in a frame. Some consider carrying no past a crime. Through me, stranger, thou wilt step outside time. Carrying that heavy burden thou may not last, I offer thee a clean severance from thy past. Only the future is left for thee that can be great, only if thee is willing to make that leap of faith. Thou need not to face the road that has to be, it says rad, but it's the road probably. So thou need not to face that road with hesitation. The only important thing is thy destination. In this endeavor I offer no promise of loss nor a winning. I welcome thee to thy wonderful beginning. Thank you, girls. All right, Yasmin, it's money. It's a season of money for you. Hold on a second to see how exactly that is to come to pass. God damn it. The thing about the poems is that I just can't write them in Bulgarian. I tried, and the only one that worked really is the devil one. It's just, when it comes to that, my mind flows in English. I don't know. So if I'm to finish something in English, it's gonna be um, the major arcana poems. All right, those are the cards. So I do think that this is gonna be a new project for a massive client or some kind of an entity um, for you, Yasmin, that is gonna bring a lot of money, a lot of bonuses into the business that you're working for, and it's gonna be quite challenging. Okay, it's gonna wreck the peaceful environment that your team, your office, or your department is in right now. It will bring a lot of challenging prospects that needs to a solution to be found, and it's gonna wreck the expectations of everyone for the month of November. But it's gonna have a very strict, how can I put it into words, a to-go list, a very, very strict to-go list. The client or the entity is gonna have a very simple demands, and under simple I mean very understandable demands, but they may not be simple to be fulfilled or completed. Once fulfilled and completed, the money are going to be released and you will be able to enjoy them. Okay, so that is what the month of November is gonna bring for you, or rather like the Scorpio season is going to bring for you. A bonus, a salary raise, maybe um, it's gonna be money. It's gonna be cash. Okay. Uh, Next one, Chandra. But yeah, MT, the cards, at least the major arcana, they can be very well described by such poems. And the idea, by the way, is not original. Okay, the idea is not original, because I saw a deck that in the book of the deck, a very small book, the cards were explained through thoughts. There weren't the poems, but through thoughts. Like, for example, King of Swords, like the mind is unique and and it's attuned to the experience of the person, and thus the mind should not be shared with those that does not concern, and so on and so on. So it was with thoughts, and I think it was. I thought, well, it was pretty fitting, so that way you can kind of like take have your own take on the card, right? She is fire. Chandra, are you dating right now? Or you have a husband, for example? What is your intimate relationship status? All right. Well, then you're about to. Those are the cards. Uh, there is going to be a person, probably that you already know, that is going to start earning your affection. I'm not saying that you're going to fall in love with them, but definitely you are going to see the worth um, in some. Oh, how can I put it into words? A worth into some even small commitment in between you two. The problem is going to be the guy, right? Because as soon as you start showing affection to him, he will try to take advantage of that. Okay? So it's very important not to allow that to happen. Or in other words, it's important not to open your life too much for that person before they have proven their worth to you. Most likely that is someone who you do have as a friend, and at some point throughout the season, both of you are going to realize that you're can be more than just friends, and there will be a consideration to try it out. Just like I said, don't allow that person to become too much of a factor, too much of an influence in your life, because they're maybe not on purpose, but they will strive to abuse that affection that you're gonna show for them. That person will try to surprise you with kind of like exciting things, and these things are going to be, or activities, these activities are going to be exciting for them, not that much for you though. So that is not going to be someone who is going to show you something different under the sun. On the contrary, but they can be very devoted. Okay, you only just have to knock off their mind that they can mess around with you. So that will be the Scorpio season for you. That's going to be the most significant thing there, that you will have the potential to find love that is going to be tainted at first, and it falls to you to cleanse that taint. All right, next, Shauna say, you want to know about your trip. Well, I know that it is hard to believe, Chandra, but it happened to me over 2 days, right? Over 2 days. Uh, Friday evening, I was single with no prospects. Sunday evening, I already was head over heels. So it can happen rather lightning fast, right? It could happen before you know it. So yeah, keep on a watch out for that. What the hell? I gotta fix my deck. Oh, Shona, say those are your cards. No issues at all. In fact, you're gonna have a super nice time. Are you going there alone? I mean, on that trip, are you going alone, or you're going with a safe friend of yours? Yeah, wow, your chant worked. Yeah, it was. Well, your friend is not going to be that thrilled. You will, but they are not going to be. So be prepared for some pessimistic view. You may be blamed for that you have made them go to that trip and whatnot, So um, your friend is not going to kind of like take it as well as you will, and they're going to be the main source of issue and of problems, and also they may refuse to share budget as well. Okay, so they may refuse to pay their share or the full part of their share of shared expenses and whatnot. So be prepared for that. But otherwise, you're gonna make also good friends, and um, I don't know the English word for that, but let's say friends that are um, very compatible with you. Oh, you are a fan, aren't you? All right, next one will be MT. Let's have a look what your season is gonna be for. Who's that if not? Who's that? Sean say if not if it isn't secret. Ooh-ha. Those are your cards, MT. So your month of November, or rather Scorpio season, is going to be loaded with work. Most of the band or the person that you're going on a concert to, you know, what's their name? For example, are they Korn, Metallica, or whatnot? I don't know why I'm saying rock bands, you know. So MT, extensive season of work for you. Most of it is gonna be with a man, and it will involve something like a community project, right? Something like a project that it affects community, social circles, etc. It will not be something you are very used to. Okay, it's gonna bring a new shade into your work, something that's a shade that um, you have to master, but it will turn out that you are getting very well the hang of, and you know you can incorporate later on into your business, although the process of you getting the hang of that new shade of the business will be a bit troublesome because it will make you rather quite nervous. You're going to see it as a big problem, you know, it's a good option for you but not an option that you can rely on, which you are not going to be right about that. You can rely on very well on it later down the road into the future. So basically that is a man who will teach you a trick or two about the business, and also is going to present you with the tricks of the trade. You better learn them. Oh, okay. I don't know them, but my girlfriend probably does. So I'm gonna ask her for them tomorrow. All right, next, Anna. I will look forward to it, MP. No, thank you, Anna. Ooh. Well, all right, those are the cards. It's about an end of a conflict. That's going to be the crown jewel of your season. A conflict probably within the family or with a very close person to you is going to end, and the resolution is going to be favorable, the very least for you. The reason why this conflict is going to end is because there is going to be a surface of an information or some kind of circumstances is going to materialize, which is going to put you forth and pretty much is going to set the stage, or rather like a set the disagreement into one particular direction that will be in your favor. So that will be the major point of your season. Okay. And in general, this season is going to be a season where the only option you would like to take is going to be the right option. So literally, you have to go against yourself in order to take the wrong choice, to make the wrong choice or the wrong step moving forward. And if you feel the need to wait things out, it's the right feeling. You should listen to it. Okay, next. Good night, MT. Jasmine. You're welcome, Anna. Jasmine, those are your cards. And that is just the English impression. So I'll try to elaborate. Bottom line is that throughout the season of the Scorpio, you will ensure the presence of someone in your life, someone that will provide for you. Now, how much I cannot say, but this provision that that person is going to do for you will give you access to commodities and uh, pleasantries that you couldn't afford up until this point, or rather, like, was beyond your reach up until this point. And I'm saying that you are going to secure, actually, it's not going to be you, the universe is going to secure that position of this person in your life. So, long story short, at the very least, you're going to have a faithful companion that you can rely on from now on moving forward with your life. That is at least what those cards are showing. And they're very adamant that at least for now, you're not going to have a say on the matter. That person is coming, whether you're ready or not, and they're going to be there to stay for a very, very long time. That is the crown jewel of your season. And it doesn't have to be an intimate development. You know, that may be a client which will provide you with work that will simply gonna pay and is going to allow you a luxuries that you wouldn't be able to afford up until this point without their pay. Just for the top of my head, as an example here. And last but not least, that will be News Devon, wanting to know what is coming our way. In the season, those are the cards. A successful friendship that is going to be crowned with commitment. That is what's coming your way. That is going to be the most important event as far as the Sun in Scorpio is concerned, and it is going to trigger in your life. Just Devon. A successful, loyal friendship that will lead to commitment. You're welcome, Yasmin. All right, guys and girls. This is going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your generosity. You have no idea how glad I am with your cheer on, you know, the poems that I have wrote. And I will say no other word because I don't want to kind of like badmouth some people. So yeah, it means the world to me that you liked those poems. I will, MT. Yeah. See you Sunday, all of you. And until then, bye.